Making $233 trading crude oil. Welcome on to today's trade recap. It has been a little bit, but we've got some trades. We've actually have a lot of trades. The next couple of days, there'll be some trade recaps for all the individual trades we've been taking. Swings, day trades actually in there as well. I'm going to simplify Apple. I have two, but I'll make them one video because it's Apple. So I'll pop off here. We are looking right now at my one-of-one trade history on my 25K account, which is currently sitting at around $26,000 and change. Here are the profits the last couple of trades. Okay, if I jump over to TradeZella, you will see that we have a USO in here for 90. Now, there's a lot of stuff. We'll cover that in the coming days, but the other one is not showing up. So for whatever reason, I don't know, as of right now, and I try to give it a couple of minutes, but or more than a couple of minutes, but for whatever reason, it's not showing up. However, the balance here is correct. Apparently, not apparently, it is correct. The balance is 26.69. That is what I believe is correct. But for whatever reason, it's not sending the data right now to TradeZella. There are some issues from what I have seen and heard going on with DX Trade, which is the platform that we're using to take these trades, connecting. They're currently in beta testing mode on TradeZella, I believe, and other stuff. Secondarily, this trade was copied on my trade copier, okay? So I have a 6K account that I've used as a test account, and I've set the position size to like 30, 35% of what this account size is. So I should have had an additional 35%, whatever the profits were here, so maybe closer to $300 in profits if you count both accounts. But I do not, because that account, for whatever reason, DX Trade like went down and it just pulled me out of the trades, and now I can't even log in. So happy it was the smaller one, but some weird shit's going on, and I have some thoughts, and I'll put that into a video separately. I don't mean it to be a negative thing. I really don't, because it's all going to be okay, but because there's always a solution. But my thoughts and concerns and my intention is to voice them publicly. And, you know, who cares if not that anyone necessarily, I think, will really care if they see it. But I want to talk about it because it's kind of some bullshit, dude. It's some big ass bullshit, you know, here it's going on. I understand, you know, but whatever. But it's not like I told you, as I said in the past couple videos, I am testing this stuff out as a guinea pig. So hopefully, you know, no one's going to get screwed. I don't think I'm getting necessarily screwed, but it's annoying. It's really annoying. And Webull recently just added futures, baby. So this is starting to look a lot less interesting if you've got the capital to trade on Webull, because you can trade stocks, you can trade pre-market, you can trade after hours, 4 a.m. to 8 p.m., and now you can trade futures. So the more that we kind of get into this prop stuff, and as other things develop, it becomes a little bit less interesting to be using them, from my experience now. You know, hopefully you can see that, and whether you choose to use one or not, that's up to you. Apparently, though, as we're about to get in, I want to get into the trade recaps. They are apparently moving to Trade Locker, which closer ties to TradingView. Seems like they got a good app and maybe some better stuff next week. So I'm going to test that out as well. I don't think it's really impacting my trading that much, but it is kind of annoying. I'll tell you that. It's just, you know, it's just some little miss. And I can see how people could get fucked up with this stuff. Because if you are, you know, like this FOMOing freak, and you need to be in and like you're trying new platforms. Next thing you know, dude, you're trying this platform, you can easily make a mistake. And if you make a mistake, you know, you can be wasting a lot of money, and it's a shame, right? Okay, so USO, baby, we had taken this trade. This was on, this was the first trade here, or sorry, this is the second trade. The first trade, now this is why I think it's kind of wonky, because I think something happened with DX Trade a couple of days ago, and this was a swing trade. And something happened a couple of days ago where like the accounts logged people out, whatever. I don't know. I have no idea. And I think that this trade, because it was taken literally today, as I'm making this video, it was taken like overnight after midnight. But then I wasn't up, but I'll talk about that in a second. But it closed today. The other one was open a couple of days ago, and so I think there was something going on a couple of days ago. Now I think it's okay, but a couple of days ago something was up. either way, this was a bear flag trade, and this was on a 1 hour time frame. So I'll talk about this trade first, and then we'll kind of go into the bigger picture swing that I had as well. This was on the 1 hour, and if you jump in and look at this chart, what I saw was pretty nice. I mean, you had a very nice move to the downside on crude, and this is not even looking as clean on, this is just kind of like it narrows it in. Let's just jump over here. By the way, I got a new position on Wells Fargo that we're in. So if I go to a 1 hour chart on crude, you will notice that this is the area I was looking at. We had a very clean area right here, essentially a bear flag, right? Came down, big move down, consolidate. I love charts that are nice and tight like this. This is bread and butter. Like, this is when we are operating on all cylinders, all systems go. We're getting charts that look like this. Whether it's stocks, oil, gold, I don't give a shit, dude. We're playing it. I'm playing it. And so this is great. And so what I did was I played pretty much a 2-to-1 risk reward. So what I did was I was about to go to bed, and I saw this little wick, and I was like, you know, if we break that wick, break those lows, I want to get in. So I put an alert, or I put a sell stop order on right here on the breakdown under that like 82 level, where under this candle low, whatever the low of that candle was, I went 1 cent below that. I put a sell stop on. And then I essentially got in, and my stop loss was just above the upper wicks highs right here. And I targeted roughly a 2-to-1 risk reward, which was down around $81. But a 2-to-1, technically speaking, was just north of that. So I ended up getting out. Let's see where I got out. 82.01. Okay, that's on DX trade. So the prices are a little bit different. Let's see if I can jump back in here and pull it up. Not yet. I'm in the wrong account. So give me like 1 second, and I'll log back into the account. But that was the idea. So we essentially, it was close. Looking back, it was actually very close. And I'm kind of surprised, not surprised, but I'm like, oh, glad that it hit, right? Glad that my target hit, because I woke up this morning and, we're up here somewhere, like, we had bounced. Okay, here it is. So I logged back into the account on DX here. Here's the account, 2669 is the number. If I go to my trade history tab, which, by the way, this stuff, please don't tell me this is not working. Oh, no, it's working. We're good. I was like, oh, please. We got in and we bought back on USO at 82.06 and 82. So on USO, let's find the chart here just because the pricing was a little bit different. 82.06 and then 82 on the two different trades. So let's pull it up. 1 hour chart. We hit a low. Oh, we went below that. So we came down to 81.63. So I actually got out somewhere right in here. So on like the first candle breakdown, second candle, third big red candle on the 1 hour chart. So is this candle. So I actually got out on this guy right here. That was my 2-to-1. That's where my 2-to-1 roughly was achieved. So that was the trade. And cool, right? It worked, and that was it. Now those, when you get, it was a nice move. So there's no reason. Now I'm sleeping. So a 2-to-1 right there maybe was a little bit sketch. I probably could have gone like a 1.75 or even 1.5 to 1, because if I can't watch it, maybe that's something that I want to do just in case you get a big move, it just misses my target, and then it comes back up. I don't want to stop out and lose. I want to stop out, break even. You know what I mean? At least. But it worked out in this case, so that's what happened. As they say, if you can't find a way to make money while you sleep, you're never going to be rich. But that's seriously, sometimes I do that, and I just so happened that it worked. And I was like, this chart is too good. I'm going to wake up tomorrow morning and be like, dude, if I miss this chart, I'll be pissed. So I'm like, let's just get in. So I did that, and that's what the trade was. So it really didn't make a lot of money. It was $90 on top of already being in. So I just added like a little piece to the position that I had. So that was the trade there. Now the bigger trade, which if I go back here, so this is 90 or 91 if you want to round up here, $90. The 142 bigger trade. Now this trade was essentially a swing trade. So I jumped in on crude oil. This is on the 4 hour time frame. Once the trade logs in on TradeZella, I'll log it, but it's not showing up as of right now for whatever reason. Not sure. I can always go manually add it at some point, but I'm going to wait and see if things can shake out and fix themselves. So we'll see. But so we had a big pop up here, and then this thing kind of it was a false breakout. So I see a false breakout. I see a trend to the downside, and I say, okay, there's a time to short it, it would be now. So I get in, and it was on Monday. I believe it was on this candle right here. And my stop loss, I went to the highs of this period right here, and I moved it across. It was around 86.50, and I said, okay, that's my stop loss. 86.50 is my stop, and I'm going to leave it alone. And then I moved my stop eventually down a little bit to the highs just above here, and then eventually this target was hit. So that was really all the trade was. And I was targeting about $82, or I targeted 82 on the nose on that trade. So that was the deal. So you can kind of see the two thought processes there. And really, you know, that's oil. I haven't traded oil in a while. It's the first time back in oil in a while, and 2 trades, 2 wins. Kind of in the same ballpark, right? Because you had the big move down, the bigger time frames. This 1 hour chart, I was like, is just too good to not trade it, so let's play it. And so we took a 1 hour chart, we took a 4 hour chart, and that's the deal. No daily on that, although the daily was pretty, you could have played it off the daily as well. I could have. I just looked at it on the 4 hour and framed on the 4 hour. And so we'll see what happens from there. But that's the trade recap. Back in here, there's some missing data actually. And so there's actually some missing positive data, $140 or something like that in the positive. So technically, if you do the math, we're actually green on the day for today, but who cares? I don't really care because there's a bunch of swings and day trades, so I don't really give a shit. I don't care about days being green or red. It doesn't really matter. But the month, I think, is actually green based off of that. So that is the deal, and hopefully those stats will be ironed out soon. But yeah, I'll leave links to trades all down below, and I will see you guys in the next one. Happy trading, and stay tuned for the next trade recaps. I have a Bitcoin trade recap, and I've got an Apple 2 double whammy trade recap as well. Bitcoin started off strong for me. I've lost like 3 or 4 times now in a row on Bitcoin. I think it's still my number one profit ticker or symbol for the year, but it's fading. So we'll see if it can keep up. Thanks so much, guys. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.